Okay, guys, so as we start talking about the physical tests that we're going to use to identify these minerals, what we need to recognize is that the physical properties of these minerals are what make them useful for their place in industry. For example, we have a copper wire, right? This material that it's made of is copper. So Lucy, would you please take this for a second? And if you take it and kind of bend it, you'll see that it's very malleable. What other properties would make that useful as wire? It conducts electricity, right? So that's the primary reason that we use copper for electrical wiring. Gold, however, is a much better conductor. But why would we not use gold instead of copper? Why is gold?
Because it's more expensive.
Because it's more expensive is a perfect reason, right? So we need to find this balance between economics and usability. Copper is one of the best examples of that. Copper is a very easy mineral to identify, and it's also, as I mentioned in the previous modules, it's also found typically just as copper. You can find it in other ore minerals, but a lot of times it's found as a native element. Okay, so what other physical properties are going to make minerals useful for use in industry? One thing is its hardness. If we take a look at glass windows, right? One of the things that we make glass useful is, one, it's hard, so that when an acorn hits it, it doesn't break, and two, it's transparent. So everybody take a look in your mineral section, specifically in the non-metallic mineral ores, and see if you can find an example of a mineral that closely matches those properties. This might be an example. This might be an example. So if we're going to test its hardness, we do that with this glass plate. So I would like for you guys to take the two minerals that you found, this one and this one, and test its hardness. The camera could come and take a look at what happens. Okay, so we see that this particular mineral leaves a scratch on the glass plate. You can tell because if you run your fingernail across it, you can see that the scratch remains. How about the next mineral? This particular mineral does not leave a scratch on the glass plate. You can tell because there's no scratch left. So, which one of these minerals is harder? And of course the answer is the one that scratched the glass plate. This mineral is quartz. Quartz is a primary ingredient in making glass, and its physical properties of being very hard are one of the things that makes it useful for glass. So we're going to go through several other physical property tests and find out which ones are the mineral's smoking gun characteristics. That is the characteristic of the mineral that makes it very easy to identify it.